There was high drama in a courtroom in Arizona today. The man who shot former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords and 18 other people was sentenced to life in prison. But there, staring intently at his face, was Congresswoman Giffords and her husband, astronaut Commander Mark Kelly, and he'll join us in a moment. But first, here's ABC's Ryan Owens.
When Jared Loughner walked into the courtroom, Gabby Giffords sat up in her chair for a better look. Her first look at him since the day almost 2 years ago when he did his best to kill her. The 24-year-old will die in prison after admitting he was behind one of the worst mass shootings in U.S. history. Giffords stared silently at the man who shot her at point-blank range. Her husband, Mark, addressed him by name. Mr. Loughner, you may have put a bullet through her head, but you haven't put a dent in her spirit. You have decades upon decades to contemplate what you did, but after today, after this moment here and now, Gabby and I are done thinking about you. In fact, Giffords told Diane she let go of her anger long ago.
Do you ever get angry at what happened to you?
No. Life.
Most of the victims told Loughner they didn't hate him. Some even said they'd forgiven him.
I know that he will spend the rest of his life never seeing the sunshine, and that could have been prevented.
Loughner is a diagnosed schizophrenic. His victims hope with more treatment behind bars, he may one day understand just how many lives he destroyed. Ryan Owens, ABC News, Tucson, Arizona.
And joining us now, astronaut Mark Kelly. Was it upsetting to her?
It was difficult. You know, she said she was, sad during a lot of the, the testimony, the victim impact statements. It's also, tough to face somebody that did such a, horrific crime, in her case to her. And but she's a tough woman. I'm incredibly proud of her. She stood up tall there as I read her statement, and I'm very, very proud of her.
You stared right in his eyes. What did you see as you stared in his eyes, and what was that for you?
I saw a person who certainly has, major mental illness, but also somebody that knew where he was and why he was there, and was a little bit defiant, I would have to say, in the way he was looking at us and looking at Gabby. He was, I got a sense he was trying to intimidate us a little bit. But he certainly wasn't able to do that, especially with my wife.
And you said that you were finished thinking about him now. Tonight, is that true?
The goal is to move on and make the best of every day and not, focus on the past. And this is now in our past, which is, it's a nice thing. It does feel some sense of resolution. I can guarantee you we will not be spending a lot of time thinking about Jared Loughner.
And so it is a new day. A lot of things take courage, and both of you have shown so much courage through it all. Thank you so much, astronaut Mark Kelly, joining us tonight.
You're welcome, Diane.